America faces a diverse set of threats, from terrorists to North Korea and even election tampering from Russia. But now some former Washington insiders say the greatest threat to national security is actually homegrown. Boston 25 News reporter George Colley joins us now. And George, this bipartisan group says the biggest threat to the U.S. is Washington, D.C. itself.
Yes, kind of surprising when you consider who this group is. And they're saying that getting Congress to break its current partisan gridlock and do what's best for the country, it's really the focus of this new group. North Korea, Russia, the spread of ISIS. Despite these threats facing the U.S., a new group fears the greatest threat to the country's national security is continuing with the status quo in Washington.
It's a crisis now that 1/3 of the federal government, the legislative branch, doesn't work.
Former Republican Wamp and former ambassador and Democratic Congressman Tim Roemer sat on different sides of the political aisle when serving in Congress. Now they're standing together, serving as co-chairs of what they're calling the ReFormers Caucus, organized through the nonpartisan group Issue 1.
Members of Congress come here and they only work Tuesday through Thursday, and they spend 50% of their time fundraising.
Roemer served in the bipartisan 9/11 Commission. He says leading up to the attacks, the U.S. was still divided from the Clinton impeachment process and 2000 election recount, but people managed to put country before party, uniting the nation when it needed it most.
We need to get back to that place in America, and it can happen two ways. It happens by great leadership, or it happens by crisis. And I prefer leadership.
Despite Washington's dysfunction, this bipartisan group says there is hope for the future.
It doesn't mean if you're bipartisan that everyone agrees. It simply means that you can find enough people that want to be a part of the solution and not simply a part of the problem.
More than 185 former lawmakers and diplomats are signed up to work with the group. Now, the group also hopes to become a place where current politicians can really turn to try to help and figure out how to find sensible solutions. Live in Washington, George Colley, Boston 25 News.